Welcome to my emotional channel. Tonight, I want to tell you a story. The main character, we'll call her Lily. She's the eldest daughter with a younger brother. Her parents and brother work in government jobs. Her parents are now retired. Lily is divorced, raising her child alone. She lives very close to her parents, close enough that a bowl of soup wouldn't cool on the way. But between her and her mother lies a barrier she's never crossed. As a child, her mother often said, "You're not my real daughter. Go find your real mother." What does a child feel hearing that? She didn't know if it was a joke or something else. She only knew the one person she should trust was telling her, "You don't belong here." That pain never left. She chose boarding school, then a university far across the country. She has no warm idea of home. She says it calmly, but only because it has scarred over. Two things from college stayed with her. First, asking for money was always painful, not because they refused, but because it made her feel like a burden, like she shouldn't exist. Second, she wasn't allowed a phone, while her younger brother was given one, along with a rented place, because they worried about him. It hurt. Later, when she got a computer, it became leverage. Return it if you don't listen. This wasn't about money, it was control. Lily longed for warmth. In college, she met a man who cherished her. For the first time, she felt loved. Her family opposed it, but she stayed. They dated 5 years, married, and moved to a big city. Later, he earned well. She quit work after pregnancy to care for their child. Her mother-in-law helped. Life was peaceful. It was the closest she got to happiness. Then things changed. His industry declined. His company struggled. Their child needed schooling. But without residency, it was difficult. Whenever she discussed plans, he said, "You decide." She took government exams, failed several times, then passed in her hometown. They began living apart, she with the child, he in the city starting a business. Then the pandemic hit. No income. His company barely survived for 3 years. The relationship faded, few words, no intimacy. 3 years ago, she had surgery. He stayed one day. When she asked him to stay, he found her annoying, focused on his phone. A month later, he asked for divorce. Cold, firm, even refusing the child contact. He said being with her disgusted him. She begged. She didn't understand. A year later, she discovered the truth. He had been having an affair with his company's accountant for 3 years. Everything made sense. She still didn't want divorce. He had been her emotional anchor. He promised to return, even brought his clothes home. But each time he left again, he disappeared. When she found him, he lashed out. She finally understood. It was over. Before the new year, he acted kind again. They talked honestly. He said he had long been frustrated. After the child, she focused on the child, and he even resented it. With distance and the pandemic, he lost feelings. He praised the other woman's edge. She made him feel like a real man. Lily listened calmly, like watching a documentary. She knew it was over. After the new year, she filed for divorce. He became calculating and cold. She protected the child from it all. Afterward, she explained things slowly. 6 months later, the child stabilized. The father said nothing. This year, the child visited him for New Year. Lily stayed home alone and felt at peace. But her mother began blaming her. "You failed. Your marriage failed. You never listened. Now everything is a mess. You gave everything and got nothing. Why didn't you fight? Why didn't you confront them? You've shamed the family." Lily said, "I have a child. I want dignity. He's just my child's father now." Her mother didn't listen. "I won't help you with the child anymore." Suddenly, Lily was back in childhood. Before, her mother used, "You're not my real daughter." Now, she used her child. Those 3 years drained her tears. Her heart ached, but she walked through it. She told herself, "I have a home, a child, a stable job. Life can be good. My child will grow to be my companion. I don't want to waste energy anymore." But her mother keeps reopening wounds, calling her a failure, threatening her. Now, with her brother getting married, Lily feels like the family's sinner. She said, I feel happy now. I loved deeply and ended it bravely. I'm proud. Why can't my family see it? I'm still that useless girl in their eyes. I sat in silence for a long time, and I want to talk about home. When her mother said, You're not my real daughter, that wasn't a joke. It was telling a child, you can be denied. So she spent her life searching, where do I belong? She wasn't rebellious. She was searching for acceptance. Then she found love and thought, this is my home. But when someone who was never loved finds love, they cling to it, even when it hurts. Not because they don't feel pain, but because they fear having nowhere to belong. But here's the truth. The home she was searching for was never in her mother or her husband. It's in her own life. Her child's laughter, her quiet, peaceful nights. She didn't fail. She just stopped using being loved as proof she deserves to exist. And her mother, is she really unwilling about the marriage or about losing control? Lily didn't follow her script, and that is what her mother cannot accept. When a parent says, I won't help with your child, that is not care. That is control. But Lily, your mother, can withdraw help. But she cannot stop you from becoming the warm, strong, dignified mother your child needs. And you already are. So let me end with this. You are not foolish, not useless. You grew up in brokenness and didn't become cold. You walked through a broken marriage and didn't become bitter. You were hurt again, and again and still say, I am happy. Do you know how much courage that takes? Your mother may never understand, but you don't need her to, because now you are your own home. That's all for tonight. Good night to everyone rebuilding themselves.